And hey, quick heads up before we jump into things. A huge shout out to talented folks for helping us bring this episode to life. Their contributions helped us craft an epic journey through the darkest corners of the Marvel Universe. So let's honor them by diving right into the horrifying realm of Marvel zombies. Now, what's been catching your eye in the latest news? Some thrilling action, maybe a peek behind the scenes, or perhaps a sneak peek at the next big thing? You can find it all in our spoiler-free news section. Just tap or click on that little arrow in the bottom right corner and voila! Alright, now let's talk about the dead. Not the walking kind, but the zombified heroes from across the multiverse who'll stop at nothing to devour human flesh. That's right. We're about to get a closer look at the terrifying roster of hungry heroes in the upcoming Marvel animation project, Marvel Zombies. And let me tell you, the brains behind this project are pulling out all the stops when it comes to resurrecting iconic villains in the most unexpected ways. First off, we have Wanda Maximoff, aka Scarlet Witch, one of the most powerful mutants in the Marvel Universe. But what's truly terrifying is the form she inhabits as a zombie. With her sanity already hanging by a thread, imagine the havoc she could wreak with her reality-altering abilities while craving human flesh. Talk about a nightmare scenario. And if that wasn't enough, Paul Bettany is set to reprise his role as Vision, the synthetic Avenger created by Ultron using human and alien DNA. As a zombie, Vision becomes even more relentless, unstoppable, and possibly immortal. The idea of a decaying android with an insatiable hunger for brains is truly unsettling. But wait, there's more. Zombie Captain America is also on the prowl, ready to tear into anyone who gets in his way. Chris Evans is returning to lend his voice to this rotting super soldier. And let me tell you, it's gonna be epic, or should I say epic. Picture a version of Steve Rogers infected during World War II and then brought back to life in modern times as a bloodthirsty undead monster. It's bound to send chills down your spine, and let's not forget the Hulk. As a gamma-powered humanoid, the Hulk already possesses incredible regenerative abilities, but now he's taken to the skies with wings, becoming a flying green nightmare. This monstrous version of Bruce Banner looks straight out of a Sam Kiff or Alan Davis comic book cover. And if you're worried about him running out of gamma energy midair, don't be. It seems like this airborne abomination won't be doing any saving in this terrifying tale. The list of returning voices doesn't end there. Marvel has confirmed that Josh Keaton will be reprising his role as Peter Parker, the spectacular Spider-Man. And let me tell you, it's going to be a sight to behold as the friendly neighborhood wall crawler turns into a terrifying undead menace with a voracious appetite for flesh. So why does Marvel keep bringing back these iconic characters only to turn them into flesh-hungry monsters? Well, it's simple. They know we can't resist the allure of seeing our favorite heroes embrace their darkest side. Plus, it gives them a chance to explore different facets of these beloved characters that we've never seen before. Just think about it. You've got Wanda, who usually wields chaos magic, now grappling with the loss of her children and descending into madness. There's Vision, torn between his programming and his newfound hunger for brains. And then you've got Cap, brought back from the dead and forced to endure the horrors of the modern world through a flesh-eating frenzy. Each of these characters offers a unique perspective on what it means to be human, or in Vision's case, synthetic, and how far they'd go to survive. But amidst the sea of decaying superheroes, there's a glimmer of hope. A handful of heroes have managed to stay clear of the zombie plague, forming a ragtag team of survivors led by Kate Bishop. Yes, that Kate Bishop. After making quite an impression in the Hawkeye series, she's back and leading the charge against the undead horde. Joining her on this perilous mission is Shang-Chi, the master of Kung Fu. And let me tell you, the idea of a zombie outbreak in ancient China is terrifying enough without adding Shang-Chi to the mix. He is definitely a force to be reckoned with as he uses his Chi-enhanced abilities to carve through the undead. But that's not all. Yelena Belova, the Black Widow's little sister, is also part of this elite squad. Known for her deadly combat skills and unwavering determination, Yelena is a formidable addition to the team. Alongside these three heroes are some new faces and a few surprises. We've got Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan, bringing her shape-shifting powers and unyielding optimism to the fight against the living dead. Then there's Jimmy Woo, the quirky FBI agent who first appeared in the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie. And let's not forget Katie, Shankai's best friend and valet, who proves to be an unlikely hero in her own right. Rounding out the squad is the enigmatic Ironheart, Riri Williams, a young genius who's taken Tony Stark's mantle after his demise. And if that wasn't enough, Red Guardian is also joining the fray. Yep, the Russian answer to Captain America. While he may not be the most pleasant person to be around, he's got some serious skills that could prove invaluable in the battle against the undead. But even with this powerhouse lineup, odds are stacked against them. How can a small team of survivors hope to take on an army of flesh-hungry heroes and villains? Well, that's for us to find out as the story unfolds. What's really fascinating about this series is how it subverts our expectations of these beloved characters. We're used to seeing Spider-Man as the friendly neighborhood hero, but here he is as a gruesome predator. The Hulk leaping through the air in search of brains instead of saving people. It's a twisted reflection of the Marvel universe we're all familiar with. So what sets this apart from other zombie stories? Well, it's simple, the stakes. When it comes to survival, few things could be more terrifying than facing your greatest heroes turned merciless killers. Now picture this. You're hiding in an abandoned building, desperately seeking shelter from the relentless undead horde. Suddenly the door bursts open and who stands before you, but Iron Man, his face contorted in a gruesome snarl, his eyes glowing a menacing red and his suit dripping with what can only be described as a horrifying mix of blood and engine oil. It's a horrifying sight that sends shivers down your spine. But wait, it gets worse. Emerging behind Iron Man is a figure you never expected to see, Captain America, his shield shattered and his once noble face now rotting and decaying. He lunges at you with superhuman strength, his teeth bared in a vicious snarl. Faced with the choice of being devoured by Iron Man's laser blasts or torn apart by Captain America's sharp claws, which would you choose? Well, there's no need to decide because both are equally terrifying. It's a nightmare scenario that plays out across the screen as Iron Man and Captain America team up to hunt down and devour humans in the most brutal fashion. This apocalyptic event has shaken the foundations of the Marvel Universe. And when the dust settles, it leaves us with a haunting question. How did it all begin? Join us as we uncover the origins of this harrowing tale. So what started the whole zombie fiasco? Well, it all boils down to one fateful incident involving none other than Bruce Banner, the brilliant scientist and alter ego of the Hulk. You see, Bruce was tinkering around with a gamma energy experiment when suddenly things went awry. Instead of creating a serum to enhance human abilities, he accidentally unleashed a virus that turned humans into flesh-hungry abominations. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. The truth is, there's much more to this story, and it's all revealed in the teaser released by Marvel. As the camera pans across a ravaged landscape dotted with abandoned vehicles and decayed buildings, we get a glimpse into a world consumed by chaos and despair. The voice of Bruce Banner echoes over the desolate scenery, hinting at the horrific events that transpired. He reveals that he attempted to cure the plague ravaging the population, but ended up creating a cure that was anything but. The gravity of his actions becomes evident when he admits to infecting everyone, including himself. With this revelation, the teaser paints a grim picture of a world brought to its knees by a catastrophic mistake. But as the narrative unfolds, we learn that the true mastermind behind the zombification of Earth is none other than the infamous villain Khan the Conqueror. As his chilling laughter echoes through the ruins, we realize that this apocalyptic scenario is just the beginning of his sinister plan. With all that said, Marvel Zombies promises to be a thrilling and terrifying ride. The combination of iconic characters, a gripping storyline, and stunning animation is sure to leave us on the edge of our seats. So mark your calendars for September 2025 and get ready to dive into a world where the dead walk and the living fear. Don't forget to stay tuned for more updates. Until then, let the countdown begin.